Good morning from Tupper Lake in the Adirondacks. Today we are hiking the Tupper Lake Triad.
Yep.
Yep. So that consists of three mountains, which is Mount Arab, which has the highest elevation gain of 750 feet. Let me see.
Mount Cooney.
Cooney Mountain and Goodman Mountain are the three that are in this challenge. And then if you complete the challenge, you fill out registration and they send you a patch. So we're here at
The Mount Arab Trailhead.
And we're gonna get started here.
And we're gonna take all of you along with us. And trail is about 1 mile long, so a 2-mile round trip. And it's gonna be, when we're all done, there's an elevation of 2,545 feet. At the trailhead there is a trail registry. Mandy is completing it right now. Also talks about, at the top of this there is a fire tower. As you work your way up the hill, they have these numbers on the tree, and at the trailhead there was an informative guide that you can get, and it explains a little bit about what's happening around you. So number 3 in the pamphlet talks about sustainable trail design, like these rock steps they put in here. They talk about, leaving the trail and the damage it causes. So they want you to stay on the trail. So here is stop number 4. It's going to talk about this exposed bedrock right here,
which is 1.1 billion years old. It's igneous, and on the pamphlet it says it has a similar composition to rock found on the moon, and that the uplift that created the Adirondack Dome happened just 5 million years ago, and geologists are unsure about the forces that caused the uplift, but the mountains rise at about 3 millimeters per year.
We're about a half mile into the hike. There is a rock staircase followed by a wooden staircase. Staircase, we took a little break and we noticed this birch tree, how it grew all over those rocks. Pretty neat. As you can imagine, we are climbing to a summit, so it has been all uphill. We are about 7/10 of a mile into the hike. It's only a 1 mile up, so we got to be getting close to the top. If you can hear it in the background, but there's a train going through, and there's a whole list of train excursions available in the area. There's a better sound of the train as we're going up our last, hopefully our last set of steps. We're getting pretty close to the top. Get to the top, we come to this boulders up here. Number 9 on the pamphlet. Let's see what it says. So number 9 talked about the fractures in the rock, allowing moss and the fern to grow, and the yellow birch. And I believe we have made it to the fire tower. The observation station was established on Mount Arab in 1912, and the steel fire tower was built in 1918. Let's go in and check out the displays they have inside the building. We'll give you the view from the top. The views from on top of the tower are amazing.
Oh, wow.
There's the little cabin that we were just in. Back down at the fire tower, you can explore the top a little bit. Looks like they got a bench up here for you to sit and take in the view. Okay, well, we are heading back down. We spent a little bit of time up here, and now we're going to work our way back down so we can get 2 more hikes in yet today. All right, Mandy is logging us out of the trail registry, and we are going to stop at get a sandwich in town, and then we're off to Goodman Mountain for stop number 2 on the Triad. So, little change of plans. We stopped at the train station, and they can get us in on the 2 o'clock train ride. So we ran into town. We got Jarrick Subs, which is similar to a Subway.
Very good.
And we are currently at
Some random lake.
Campground, lake, beach area, eating our sub. It is about 10 minutes after 1. Our train leaves at 2 o'clock. So we're going to do that. And hopefully get the other 2 hikes in yet today. If not, we're going to do 1 tonight. And then we'll do 1 first thing tomorrow morning before we leave, so we can get the Triad completed before we leave the area.
Looks like it's closed air.
Yep, closed air cars. Okay, trail number 2 on the Triad. We are at Goodman Mountain Trail.
And the first portion is paved, and it's good. It says up to 1,400 feet of the trail is on a rehabilitated paved road. So.
All right, let's get rolling. It's getting later in the day. We ended up doing a train ride, so we gotta get moving. And here is the paved portion.
Like nature's about to take it back over.
I think it already is taking a lot of it back over. Still, it's a nice, easy walk, though. So,
yep.
We are at 0.75 of a mile. Looks like the blacktop road still goes that way, but there's a sign here that says trail, and we're going up into the woods. There's the trail sign. Here we go. All right, we're 1 mile into the trail. This one hasn't been too bad. We kind of meandered our way up through the forest. It wasn't straight up like the last one. You can see the path. There hasn't been a lot of markings, but it's a well-used path. All right, Mandy did point out that there is a red trail marker right up here on the tree. It's a little bit higher up, and I think it's one of the metal discs that say foot trail. All right, we're 1 1/4. There is no another one of those trail markers, but it's currently about 10 minutes to 5. Got about a half mile yet to go. All right, 1.35 miles into it, and we're definitely working uphill now. I don't know if you heard it or not, but that limb just fell off that tree. And there's a rock face that we're coming up to. We're a mile and a half into it. We have got to be close to the top. You can see the blue skies out to my left. Big boulders up here. We're coming up to, kind of leveled out up here for a little bit, but at the initial trailhead it said we had 1.7 and we're at 1.5, so got 0.2 of a mile to go. We'll show you when we get there. All right, Mandy is excited. She found moose scat along the trail. All she wanted to do was find a moose on this trip up here. We have not yet found one. That is the closest sign that we have found to a moose, but it doesn't look that fresh. And this is a pretty muddy area through the trail. We're not seeing any footprints either. Here is the view from the top. As you can see, this is a very popular spot on the hike. But if we want to get the third one done before dark, we better get rolling. Okay, we just got back to the trailhead. It is exactly 6 o'clock. We decided we're going to save the last of the 3 hikes for tomorrow morning. We'll get up early. We'll get that done before we have a long drive home. But we're going to go back to the cabin. We're going to grab some dinner. And we're going to light a fire and just kind of relax for the rest of the night.
But this hike was really nice. As you saw at the top, that was so beautiful, and actually probably a neat little sunset spot.
If we would have stayed for sunset, but
then you have to walk out in the dark, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So
all right, see you in a little bit. Here's our view from the Adirondack chairs. You can just see the lake through the trees. Every now and then a boat goes by. This morning there was some geese out there.
Good morning from the Adirondacks. This is our last and final day and our last hike. We're at Cooney Mountain. We're going to finish this Tupper Lake Triad today. So let's get hiking.
All right, it is 7:45 in the morning, and we are following the blue markers on the tree. It says it's 1.1 miles up to the top. Step area. One half mile into the trail, and it has been steady uphill the whole way. Not too terrible, but it has been uphill. They did do some trail maintenance. There were some new steps put in there a little bit though. We are just shy of 1 mile. I wanted to show you the steps. Looks like they've just put these ones in also. We're almost at the top. Trail goes up through here. Back direction. And work our way up this steep rock face yet. Get to the top. Still working our way up the trail. A couple people beat us up here this morning. Here is the 360-degree view from the top. It is well worth the hike up. One thing I like to look for when I get to these summits are the surveyor marks. And this one actually has two. So there's that one. Then I found another one over here. There's another one right there. I don't know much about these, but I still like to find them when I'm at places like this. This one has the date of 1942 on it. I didn't see any markings other than maybe the word Cooney stamped on this brass one here. But I hope you enjoyed the hike up to the top. Here's another view. We walked a little bit across that ridge line, and there's another view of this lake. After we completed the trail, I went online, did the registration, and about a week later we received a patch and a sticker for both of us in the mail.
Well, unless we find a moose, we're going to go ahead and end this vlog here. The Adirondacks are absolutely beautiful. We just scratched the surface here. We know there is so much more to do, but this is what we did. Hopefully it'll give you a start if you're coming to the Adirondacks to help you plan a little bit. We enjoy taking all of you along with us. And
remember, if you can't come out and have your own adventure, keep coming along with us.
bye.
Thanks for watching.